Hey guys, it's Generalkidd here. How's everyone doing today? So, for today's video, we're going to be tackling the question of what's the difference between the blue and orange Prometheans in Halo 4. So, in Halo 4, we first see blue Prometheans, and then later we see the Didact change them to orange. And I've been asked for quite a while now by several people. One in particular has been asking in almost every comment of every video for like the past year or so. And people wanted to know like what the difference is between the orange and blue Prometheans. Well, to answer that question, we must first understand what the difference is and why the two of them are different at all. So, the answer is there's actually only one type of Promethean in the game files, technically speaking. There is no separate variant for orange Prometheans or blue Prometheans. In fact, the way they work is when they change colors, or like depending on what mission you play on, there is a script, like a command, that runs that changes their colors in their shaders. And it's just one single line of code, and it just switches them to the other color. So here is the shader function for the Prometheans. In this case, this is the Promethean Knight. And you can see there's orange at the top and blue at the bottom. And all that script does is it switches between either orange or blue, 0 or 1. And that's what it does. That's how the game determines, that's how the mission determines like what color the knight is going to be, or the Promethean is going to be. It's either 0 for one of the colors or 1 for the other. Now, we can play around with this function and we could change one of the colors that it is. So in this case, I swapped blue for green, and we can have a green Promethean knight. And we could do that with any other color. So now let's change blue, or now it's green, to purple. So we can have a purple knight here. And we can get some, a lot of these alternate colors of knights are actually pretty cool. Like we have the yellow knight here, which another really cool color for the Promethean knights. This is the one with the, if I set the light color to white. And here it is if I set it to black, which actually is just no light. It actually looks like the Promethean knights are, like shut down or something like that. But yeah, you can do any color you want, and that's how the game determines what color the knights are going to be. And if you play around with that shader function, we can actually, with some little bit more like complex function, we can actually make the knights or the Prometheans RGB as well. So here we now have the most powerful version of Prometheans to ever exist. Because, as we all know, RGB gives anyone and anything like an extra power boost or advantage over non-RGB characters. But now for the moment that you've all been waiting for. Even though the two knights are the same, it's just a script to change their colors, we're gonna see which one would actually win in a fight. So here we have the blue versus orange knight in a fight. And in the first round, the blue knight has won. And here in round 2, this fight took a little bit longer than round 1. And, honestly, like, these fights are, it's honestly going to be like 50-50. But it was still fun to, like, have them fight each other and just answer that question, even though it actually doesn't make any sense because they're the exact same. The script to change the color doesn't really change anything else about them. But in round 2, the orange knight won. So we're going to do best 2 out of 3. And in round 3, this one actually went by a little bit quicker than the previous one. But in this fight, they both had the exact same fighting moves. So it kind of just comes down to like who strikes first, or like who misses or something like that. And in this case, round 3 goes to the blue knight. So in the best 2 out of 3 rules, the blue knight wins. Now, like I said, the two knights are the same, and if you can spawn like both at the same time, like I did here, what I had to do was I had to just flip the colors on the other one, so that when the game switches colors, they're like the inverse of each other. So when I switch one, the other switches too, because the colors are flipped. But they both use that same scripting function, and that is the only difference between the different colors of Prometheans. It's that the script tells them to be a certain color. And that's kind of why you never see both colors at the same time in campaign, because they never use they all use the same tags, the same shader. So if you change one, you change them all. So that's why there's no separate tags. So you never see both colors at the same time. So I had to like modify, create like a separate version just to be able to spawn both knights at the same time there. So there you guys have it. That is the difference between the two types of Prometheans, or really they're the same type. And that's also why you never see both of them at the same time, because there's only one type of Promethean. So when the game changes the color, it changes for all of them. It can't do just one color here and one color there within the same mission. But yeah, so hopefully you guys enjoyed this video and found it to be interesting. And if you did, then as always, make sure to leave a like, leave a thousand comments, any of the questions you might have, or anything else we check out, any of the questions we can tackle, or experiments we want to do. Just let me know in the comments down below, and I'll definitely do my best to look into it when I get the chance. But aside from that, if you haven't already, make sure to subscribe to my channel, and I will see you all next time. Bye guys!